I have tried to learn the Dirty Bird dance. I would like to bust it out at some point, maybe on a touchdown run if I can be fortunate enough to run one in.
How hyped are you, man, to be on the Falcons this year, and what are you most looking forward to?
Yeah, the regular season's drawing close now. It's been a long time coming since March when we first started, and through OTA practices and several weeks of training camp, and now the real thing is only about 10 days away. So we got a great group. We've worked really hard. Still more work to do to get prepared for the Steelers week 1, but I'm excited to go out in front of our home fans in Atlanta and start the season off.
Great. It looks like you've been getting treated very well down south. I lived down there for a few years, so I know nothing beats good Southern hospitality, but what is one thing about Atlanta that's been either a huge surprise for you or the biggest difference compared to other places you've lived before?
I think you said it. The Southern hospitality has blown me away. I just can't believe how many people have offered, to have us over for dinner, offered to host us for a round of golf. They're just trying to make our transition as easy as possible. They're trying to provide as many resources as possible, try to introduce us to as many people as possible that could potentially help us in any number of ways. So just the sheer volume of people reaching out, making themselves available to help. It truly is Southern hospitality, and it's made us feel really welcome and very quickly.
Good. You finally fulfilled your water park day dream after decades, and on your birthday, no less. So where did that dream come from? And you got to tell us your favorite part of the day.
Yeah, we always used to joke going back many years when training camp days start to get long and hot, and you're going out to another practice, and the rumor starts to spread around the locker room that, maybe coach today is going to get some buses and send us to a water park instead, just throwing it out there. I don't know, just telling you what I heard. And for about 20 years, going back to high school, the buses never showed up. And so I started to lose hope, as guys did start to say it a few weeks ago, hey, maybe we'll get a water park day. And I thought, nah, after all my years, that's just all talk. And then sure enough, the other day, the buses showed up after our lift and our meetings. We were about to go out to practice, and suddenly it was announced it was a water park day. And so after 20 years of waiting, you better believe I took full advantage.
That's amazing. I'm happy for you. Talking a little bit about the team now. I mean, you've got quite the stacked offense this year between Bijan, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, just to name a few. But how have you guys been connecting lately now that the season's approaching, and how much do you like these guys?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed getting to know them. Young players who just have so much potential, and I feel so privileged as a quarterback to be a part of helping turn that potential into a lot of success. I kind of view my responsibility as the quarterback to help them have the production they want to have, help them get to where they want to go, and help them help us win. And really excited to get going with them and just start to be a distributor and get them the football, because they are great players and they've showed it in practice, and now we got to have them show it in games.
Right. You'll be seeing Minnesota again this year when you and the Falcons play at US Bank Stadium in December. So what will be your emotions, you think, going back there, and how do you think that that you'll be received by the Viking faithful?
Yeah, I think the emotions will be very interesting. It's different than playing other places when you've built up memories with people you care about that mean so much to you. It has a different feeling. It'll have a different feeling not only for me, but for my wife and for my kids. I think my wife is already getting tickets for the school class that my boys were in last year in Minnesota, so all their classmates and their old teacher can be there. So those kinds of things aren't happening at our other away games, and I think that's what makes going back to Minnesota special. So it'll certainly have a different feel, but I think it'll be have like a positive, warm feeling to it, certainly.
Right. Last few questions here for you. Could you just talk about working with rookie Michael Penix in the quarterback's room? I'm sure he's come in and asked you a ton of questions already, but what have you seen from him so far as he gets his career going here?
Yeah, he's been working hard. The quarterback room's been a great room of discussion, all through OTAs and training camp, talking through reads and footwork and timing and, just how we all can kind of take our game to another level. And I think we've all kind of improved over the last several weeks and months. And I kind of expect that upward trajectory to continue as we go through the season.
Yeah. So for every team you've played for, you've had one or two viral moments from you like that in Washington to Kirk Chains, the gritty, your own touchdown dance in Minnesota. So what can we expect you to pull off with the Falcons, and have you been practicing the Dirty Bird dance?
Oh, what's funny about those moments you mentioned is that they all of them were spontaneous. None of them were prepped or thought out beforehand. Maybe that's the best way to do it. So I have tried to learn the Dirty Bird dance. I would like to bust it out at some point, maybe on a touchdown run if I can be fortunate enough to run one in. But I would like to, as you mentioned, if we've had one in each place, we'll have to get a moment like that here in Atlanta. And I think best case scenario, it'll have to just happen organically.
Hey, sports fans, if you want to see more conversations with athletes and stars, check out these videos right here and be sure to subscribe for more from USA Today Sports.